When did you realize you chose your family's approval over the love of your life? My family makes every child draw a random card on their 18th birthday that determines where they'll live for the next 7 years of their life. Half the cards keep you within 2 miles of home, and half send you at least 2,000 miles away, with Alaska being the worst draw possible. My grandfather invented this tradition after his brother stayed local and stole his business while he was fighting in Korea. He believed families either needed absolute proximity or absolute distance because anything in between bred resentment. My older brother drew red and lived in our parents' garage running a successful online business. My sister drew black and got sent to Portland where she thrived in the art scene. When my 18th birthday approached, I had everything planned with Sophia, who'd been my girlfriend for 3 years. She'd already gotten into Stanford for biomedical engineering, while I waited to hear back from California tech companies who wanted my coding skills. The night before my birthday, she held my hand and promised that no matter what card I drew, we'd make it work. My mother overheard us and laughed that bitter laugh she reserved for naive optimism. Your father said the same thing to his high school sweetheart before he drew his card, and I've been grateful every day since that she couldn't handle the distance. The ceremony happened at sunrise in our living room, where the deck sat on our coffee table like a loaded gun. Half the cards listed addresses within our Philadelphia suburb, and half contained cities at least 2,000 miles away. Draw your card, my grandmother commanded. My hand shook as I reached for the deck, knowing that hesitation meant automatic assignment to the farthest location available. I pulled my card and read the word that would destroy everything: Alaska. The rules were non-negotiable because my family had lawyers who'd drawn up contracts making everything legally binding, and I had 72 hours to pack and establish residency in Alaska, or face a lawsuit from my own parents. Sophia drove me to the airport in silence. When we hit security, she said, "I'll visit every month and we'll video chat every night, and next summer I'll spend the whole break up there." She made promises through tears, but we both knew they were lies. Plane tickets cost $1,500, and Stanford's biomedical program ran through summers. My first apartment was a converted garage with pipes that froze every other week. The coding jobs I wanted required references I couldn't get from 3,000 miles away. Instead, I gutted salmon at a fish processing plant for $11 an hour. My California acceptance letters became worthless paper. The permanent fish smell seeped into my clothes, my skin, my hair, until I stopped noticing it. Sophia called every night for the first month, then every other night, then once a week. "My lab partner is just someone who happens to live in my dorm," she explained during one call. "We study until 3 in the morning, but it's purely academic, I promise." I listened while staring at ice forming on my windows. Her lab partner didn't go home to frozen pipes and salmon guts. She posted photos from Stanford football games with her lab partner's arm around her shoulders. She posted about their lab winning a grant for revolutionary cancer research. She posted pictures in dresses I'd never seen at formal events with brilliant future doctors who had inside jokes I'd never understand. Meanwhile, I learned 17 ways to keep pipes from freezing and nothing else that mattered. "I'm not trying to hurt you, but watching you disappear into that frozen wasteland is killing me," she said during what became our last real conversation. "You're already gone even though you're still breathing somewhere up there." 6 months into my exile, Sophia changed her relationship status to include her lab partner, who was apparently the son of a prominent surgeon. "I tried to wait, but you're not coming back, and I'm not moving to Alaska, and he actually exists in my real life, not just on a screen," she wrote in a message I read during my lunch break. "At least now you can stop pretending we have a future." That night, my cousin, who'd drawn red, called from his childhood bedroom in his parents' house. "The system works because now you know she wasn't really committed and you're becoming independent up there," he said, while his mother did his laundry downstairs. I hung up and threw my phone at the wall where it shattered like my entire former life. 2 years into Alaska, I stopped checking Sophia's profiles. I stopped calculating when I could return. I stopped pretending that following my family's insane tradition had been anything but cowardice. My grandmother called years later to tell me how proud she was that I was surviving Alaska. My sister drew the same card 40 years ago and ended up married to an oil executive with 3 beautiful children. "And what happened to the person she loved before?" I asked. The silence lasted so long I thought she'd hung up. "I don't remember,"